Here are the tests on my 1953 Crane Santon. Once again, this is a flushometer toilet on a high tank, but I have the fill valve in the high tank set higher than it would normally go because I attached a fishing bobber to it with a wire. So you can see the float there would have stopped here, yet the bobber goes higher and it almost reaches the handle. So yeah, that's going to be about a full bucket of water per flush. But anyway, let's give this a flush and see how it does on tests. Beautiful flush. I think this will do pretty well on tests, despite it being a flushometer toilet on a high tank. It seems to be one of the ones that does flush a lot better. First, let's see how it does with a washcloth. Even though this toilet is a lot weaker than normal, I think it will pass with no problems. Did perfectly. Now let's see if it can take a grocery bag. To be honest, I think it has a pretty good chance. Did perfectly. This toilet is really impressive, and I imagine it could work on a low tank pretty well. Now let's see if it can take the washcloth and the grocery bag together. I think it will clog. I really like this toilet, but I just don't think it'll take this. This thing just perfect passed a washcloth and a grocery bag. It's not every day I come across a toilet with that kind of performance. Awesome job, Crane Santon. Now let's see if it can take a dish towel. So it perfect passed a washcloth, it perfect passed a grocery bag, it perfect passed the washcloth and the grocery bag together. So there's pretty much no way it's going to have any trouble with this. There we go. Took it like nothing. Usually I stop here with the performance test, but this toilet just wants to eat everything I feed it, so I am going to try the grocery bag and the washcloth and the dish towel all together. And I'm not going to make any predictions on whether it will pass or fail. Well, there's a clogging point for every toilet. This was just too much. This is just not really a realistic kind of test. Like, you can't really blame a toilet for failing that. It's bigger than the opening of the trapway. So, honestly, this is a great toilet, but it just can't take that much. Now let's see how it flushes with a clogged siphon jet. It has one of those angled siphon jets, so it was very difficult to actually stick my finger down there and push that piece of paper in. But hopefully it'll be that easy to, hopefully it won't be too hard to get out. But let's see how it flushes. That flush reminded me of the Kohler Barrington that I found at that barbecue place. Really weak flush, used a ton of water, and had a weak siphon at the end. Really cool though, I did not expect it to siphon. So, it can even flush with a clogged siphon jet, and that's impressive for most toilets. Now, let's try a dirt test. Oh, I didn't get very much on that other side. I'll be right back after I get a little more. Alright. So, when I've tested dirt on these toilets with the angled siphon jets, such as the Universal Rundle Citations or the VHP toilets, the dirt actually collects down in the siphon jet and won't come out. But when I tested toilets like the standard Siocto, the siphon jet had the kind of power to push out rocks. So I think this is going to do about like the Siocto did. Well, it left a little more than I thought. That's probably because it collected around there at the bottom. Let's take a look and see how it did. It looks like the sand got stuck around there, because this is pretty much sand that I'm using. The bull rinse is pretty good. My phone won't focus. So I'd say the bull rinse is very good, but it just doesn't clear it out very well, sadly. I mean, the performance sort of makes up for it, though. I would want a toilet that would clear everything out when I flush it, but I'd also want a toilet that doesn't clog, so maybe if this toilet was flushing something besides sand, it would be easier, but I mean, I don't know because I don't have anything else to test it with. Anyway, I'm going to give it one more flush just to see if it can get this stuff out, and then I'm going to end the video. Yeah, it's got some problems with that sand. I kind of think it is collecting down in the siphon jet. But I'm going to clean this out and I'll be right back. Well, I don't know what to say about all this sand, but it just isn't going anywhere. I think I'll leave it at that and end the tests. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe and turn on notifications. It helps my channel a lot and I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching and see you guys in the next video.